Hello students, we are here with another topic, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plant, and today we will be covering the introductory part, that is the parts of the flower and what is bisexual and unisexual flower. Alright, and the next part will be covered in the next video where you will be studying about fertilization. Okay, so let's begin the topic. Now coming to the different parts of the flower first. Okay, you see here first is stalk, that is nothing but a stem, part of a stem. Okay, and the next is sepal. Sepal is a green part. Okay, at the bottom of the flower, at the point where the petals start, okay, there is a green part known as sepals. Okay, and then you see the next one is corolla. Corolla is nothing but they are the petals. Okay, and what does this helps in? This helps to attract the insects, because these are petals are colorful, they are attractive, isn't it? So what is the function of corolla? If someone asks you, they helps to attract insects. Okay, and what does insects help in? Insects helps in pollination, which we will be coming with later. Okay, now another function of corolla is that, okay, it protects the inner part of the flower. Okay, that is the two functions of corolla. And the third part is androecium. Okay, what is androecium is, you can see a tube like filament. Okay, this is a tube like filament. Okay, and you see here a capsule like anther. Okay, anther is shape of capsules, right? We take capsules, isn't it? You see the similar shape, and this is tube like. Okay, these two, anther and filament, they both make up stamen. Okay, collectively we can call them stamen, and it is also known as androecium as a whole. Okay, and this is a male reproductive part of a flower. Okay, now coming to the innermost part of the flower, okay, that is gynoecium. Okay, that is gynoecium. What all comes in gynoecium? Let's see. First is the flattened stigma. Okay, flattened stigma. Second is the tube like style. Okay, and third is a bulged ovary. Okay, and inside this ovary there are tiny ovules. Okay, ovules contain egg. Okay, and anther contain pollen grains, that is a male gamete. Okay, I hope this thing is clear to you. Now let me explain you about whorls. Okay, what are whorls? Okay, now you see one, I have made a circle. Okay, and next one and next one, 1 2 3, and next one 4. Okay, now see, this is first, this is second hole, this is third, and this is the fourth one. Okay, now you layer the flower like this circle. Okay, what is the outermost part in the flower? Sepal. This comes under first hole. Okay, and what is the second part of the flower? Part 2 of the flower, that is corolla or the petals. This come into second hole. Okay, and what is the third part of the flower? That is stamen. Okay, so what is the third part? That is stamen or androecium. It comes in third hole. Okay, and what is the innermost part of the flower? You see, this line is the innermost part, isn't it? And this come under fourth hole. Okay, so in this way we are dividing the different sections of flower so that it makes our study easy. Okay, now coming to two different types of flower. Okay, one is bisexual flower and another is unisexual flower. Okay, what are bisexual and unisexual flower? This is a picture of a bisexual flower. How can you say that? Because there are all 4 holes. The flower which contains both all the 4 holes are known as bisexual flower. Okay, why bisexual flower? Because you see, it is containing both androecium, okay, as well as gynoecium. Androecium is a male part and gynoecium is a female part. Okay, since this flower is containing both the male as well as female part in it, okay, this flower is known as a bisexual flower. Okay, so one more question I want to ask you. Tell me which is the male gamete, okay, and which is the female gamete in the flower. I hope you get that, isn't it? The male gamete here is the pollen grain. The red dot which I have drawn out here, this is nothing but this is pollen grain. Okay, and the part, okay, this red dot inside the ovary, okay, this is ovule, it contains egg. Okay, I hope you got the answer, that is pollen grain and the egg. Okay, now another thing is coming to the unisexual flower. Okay, you see the flower which contains only 3 holes. Okay, that is the flower which contain either 1, 2 and 3 or either 1, 2 and 4 only. Okay, there is one missing, one hole is missing out of 4. Alright, that means you see in this flower, okay, there is first hole, there is second hole, but the third hole out here is absent. Okay, directly there is a 4th hole, that is only the female part. Okay, that is only the gynoecium. But you see here, this flower is having the first hole, second hole and the third hole. Alright, there is no 4th hole, isn't it? That means this is a male flower, as this flower contain only androecium. Okay, and the example is papaya and watermelon, and the example of bisexual flower is hibiscus and mustard. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Now coming to next, that is pollination. Okay, what is pollination? See, transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of the flower is known as pollination. Now these are the pollen grains, isn't it? Now what happens is the pollen grain from the anther will be transferred to the stigma of the flower. Okay, and these will enter inside the ovule. So this will enter inside the ovule and it will fuse with the egg cell. Okay, and then what happens? Fertilization happens. But we here are talking about pollination. Pollination is nothing but just the transfer. Okay, if one pollen grain from here to here is transferred, what is that? If I ask you, that is pollination. Okay, if I ask you this pollen grain is entering and fusing with the egg, what is that? Fertilization. Okay, now there are 2 types of pollination possible, that is self-pollination and a cross-pollination. Okay, what is self-pollination now? The example which I just gave you is the best example of the self-pollination. Here what is happening? The pollen grain from the same flower, right, is transferred to the stigma of the same flower. This is a type of a self-pollination. Now again, alright, self-pollination are of 2 types. One is autogamy and another is geitonogamy. Alright, now what is autogamy? This is the example, okay, of autogamy, that is pollen grain is transferred from anther to stigma of the same flower. Okay, but if this flower is there, if another flower is also there of the same plant, okay, of the same plant, okay, same tree should be there, then if the anther from this flower is falling or transferring in the stigma of another flower but within the same plant. Okay, for example, I am a plant, okay, and I have one flower here and I have another flower here. If the pollen grain from this flower is transferred to the stigma of this flower, then that process is known as geitonogamy. Okay, self pollination but within different flower of same plant. Okay, now coming to cross pollination. Okay, cross pollination, what is cross pollination is, if I am one plant and you are one plant, okay, if I am carrying one flower and you are carrying one flower, okay, and with the help of a insect, that is honeybee, okay, what is happening? The honeybee has come and sit on me, and now that honeybee is going and again transferring the pollen grain into you, because that pollen grain has been sticked in the body of honeybee. That is cross pollination. That means a different flower of different plant, but it should be of same species minded, because only a same type of flower can only be fused. Okay, another one more important thing is that, now what do you think, in which flower do self pollination it can occur? Okay, self pollination can occur only in bisexual flower, isn't it? Because why? Because it contains both the male and female part, isn't it? So from here to here it can transfer easily, okay. But in the unisexual flower, okay, they perform cross pollination. All right. Now I hope this part is over. If you have any kind of doubt regarding this part, you can please comment me in the comment section below. I'll be happy to help you. Okay students, if you wish to see the parts of the flower in real, then you can visit my another video, okay, where I have shown the part of the flowers in real, okay. I have just plucked the flower from my garden and I have made a video out of that showing all the parts. You can watch that video if you wish to, and please like and subscribe my channel for more such videos.